pencils, notebooks, erasers, laptops. What is the most useful school supply of all? Well, of course, it's your Novi Public Library card. And today we'll explain how your library card opens a world full of resources and programs and services to help everyone succeed at school, at home, and even at work. Hello and welcome to the 2012 edition, fall edition I should say, of Beyond Books, your local cable information resource for the Novi Public Library. I'm your Beyond Books host, Laura Litticoat, and today we're at the Novi Public Library and we welcome three very important guests. Julie Farkas, our own director, Margie Karp-Operer, our assistant director, and Suzanne Carpenter, our collections specialist. Let me first by welcoming our own library director, Julie Farkas.
Hi Laura,
Welcome.
It's great to be back.
Well, could you tell us a little bit about the summer reading program now that we're in fall?
Sure. Here we are starting fall, but I don't want to forget talking a little bit about summer reading and how successful it was this summer. We had our biggest program ever. Over 1,500 readers, youth and adults, took part in the program, and it was just a great 8-week event for our library and for the kids who participated. I do want to do a special shout out to our friends of the Novi Library and especially Paradise Park. Both of those partners generously gave to the program monetarily, and Paradise Park opened up their business, and we had our summer reading parties at the end of the summer for the kids who read and finished the program. So it was just a super event for all of us, and I'm really glad that the community embraced the summer reading program, and our other partners with the Novi School District, they really got on board with us this year and encouraged the kids to read. So it was a fantastic summer.
Well, and that's a great way to really bridge back into fall. Now we get into fall and we have a very exciting program too, as we can kind of see from behind us, our third annual Community Read. Can you tell us a little bit about what is a Community Read?
Sure. You know, this got started about 3 years ago with 4 other community partners, the Northville Public Library, the Salem South Lyon District Library, Lyon Township, and Wixom Public Library. The 5 of us came together and we wanted an event that we could look at having a community read where everyone in our community reads one book. And it's difficult to find a book that everyone will enjoy. That's a huge feat in itself, but we have a committee that always comes together in the winter. We read through a lot of great material, and then we choose something that we think everyone will enjoy. So here it is, our 3rd year. And the topic, or I should say the title of the book this year is Picking Cotton by Jennifer Thompson Canino and Ronald Cotton. A wonderful nonfiction book. This is an amazing story, a true story actually, about a woman who unfortunately was attacked on her college campus, and you know how she deals with that. She has to point out her assailant, you know, in a lineup. When she does that, that person is sent to jail for the acts that were committed. And 10 years down the line, you know, you take 10 years later, and DNA proves that the person who is Ronald Cotton, who was convicted of the crime, actually is not the one who actually did the crime. So, you know, you have this powerful story, and then what also evolves is a friendship from Jennifer and Ronald, and how they deal with, you know, everything that's happened in their lives, and then a friendship, and then forgiveness, which is a huge part of the book. I don't want to tell everyone, you know, everything, but it is so good and so powerful. So I hope that people will enjoy this book this fall. And Jennifer will be here on November 14th here at the Novi Library. She will speak about the book and about her experiences, and we have an opportunity to have 200 people join us that night. I hope that people will sign up and register and come see her. If they read the book, if they don't, they wait to hear her talk and then read it after. That's great. We have a lot of programming between the 5 libraries that will go on from now until November. Book discussions, self-defense classes, forensic classes, some really powerful programming that will coincide with the book this year. I think people will really enjoy it. There is a lot to talk about and a lot to get out of the book.
I couldn't agree with you more, and I guess that's the first part. How do people get started? How do they join the community read?
Well, our display kind of helps you out because we have currently 50 copies of the book here at Novi,
Right.
but so do the other libraries. So there's many copies out there for people to either put it on hold or come in and walk in and grab it off the shelf.
Right.
So read the book is definitely what we're encouraging. Each year that we've done this program, we've gained readers. Our first year we had just over 700. Last year we had over 1,000 readers. So this program is really taking off, and it's given us an opportunity to connect with our communities and get people reading.
Well, kind of to summarize, though, people have to start with the book,
Yes.
get the book, reserve the book here, and then just check out our website, because our website will list out all the individual programs. We
Absolutely.
have brochures right here that people can see the programs at all the individual libraries and register for those programs now, because seating will be limited,
Yes.
especially for the author
Yes.
visit, and we don't
Yes.
want anyone to miss out.
And even if you don't read the book but you're interested, coming, I always enjoy listening to an author, and it might spark me to read that book later. So there's a lot of opportunity to take part in these programs and connect with this book.
Super. Well, kind of moving from community reads to, say, community education, what kind of happenings do we have to start the school year here at the Novi Public Library?
Well, I'm proud to say we're opening up a business resource center. This will take place in September, the end of September, on the 25th. And this is a partnership that we're doing with the Novi Chamber of Commerce.
Okay.
So we're hoping that small businesses specifically will reach out to us and come to this grand opening and ribbon cutting event so that they can learn more about business resources that the library can provide to them. We're hoping to be that new resource in our community when it comes to starting a business, or maybe learning how to deal with staffing when you have a new business. A lot of different topics can be explored through the library, and we can help connect with mentors for people who are starting that new business. I talk about new business, but it's also businesses that might be going where you might be having some difficulties keeping it afloat as well.
Right.
So this is a real opportunity for us to connect with our business community this year.
Well, super. And I think we even have some music programs, too, we should probably
We do.
highlight.
I'm really proud to say that the Chamber Music Society of Detroit, the partnership that we started with them last winter, is continuing, and we will start back up in October with some fabulous concerts here at the library on Sunday afternoons at 3 o'clock, and our website gives all of those dates.
Exactly.
They are amazing, and they cover many different types of instruments and types of music. I really do encourage, this is another opportunity for the library to reach out with the arts, and this partnership has been just so wonderful for us.
Well, great. And I think the last thing, too, I know I was kind of interested, too, is our partnership with the Providence Park Hospital.
Yes,
We are continuing that as well,
We
right?
are. Last year was very successful with some health programs that we provided. This year we're coming on board, more topics, getting people a little more interactive with their health and learning about health. So we have some yoga that we're incorporating in the fall, and Providence has been so super with bringing in very highly qualified doctors and researchers and people from their staff, and connecting them then with our community and those surrounding us. So I'm very pleased to have them back as well.
I couldn't agree more. And just to point out, too, we also have some great programs kind of tying back to community. We have Coffee with the Superintendent, our Education Forum, College Planning and Savings. There's really just so much going on at the library. So
we always say that we're always looking for new things, and then we continue with the programs that have been very successful. And this fall is going to be jam-packed. I think almost every night there's something for someone here at the library. So I think we've really become a resource center for everybody. We cover all ages. Story times are back up and running again, which I know our youth librarians will be talking about. But also, before we go, you and I do want to point out that we've also had a wonderful partnership with the city over the last few years,
Right.
and that's the Light Up the Night event, which will take place on November 30th. It's a Friday night. This is an opportunity to kick off the holidays. So the library will have a huge performance here that evening, plus a lot of vendors and programming and face painting. And this is an opportunity where we use the whole city campus. And so there's lots of events over at the Civic Center. There's events in the center area, you know, in the parking lots, because there's outdoor events that we can have at that time. And then there's the library. So between our large buildings, we have a lot that the people can enjoy. And thousands have turned out for that event each year. So this is, you know, the lighting of the tree takes place, the mayor speaks, and it's a great opportunity for us to come together as a community.
You couldn't be so more right. And really, I think we're just off to a great start at the Novi Public Library, in the city campus, and so on. So I thank you so much, Julie, for your time today.
Thank you.
And thanks for everything you do. And next up, we're going to go on the road with the library.
Severe weather can destroy a home in seconds. There's no time to think, only time to act. Have a kit so you're ready for any emergency. Develop a plan for what you and your family will do before disaster strikes, and stay informed during severe weather any way you can. It can be the difference between losing your possessions and losing your life. Just ask the owners of this house. Visit ready.gov for ways to prepare your family for emergencies.
Welcome back to Beyond Books. I welcome a familiar and friendly face to all library patrons, our own Margie Karp-Operer. Margie, welcome.
Good morning to you.
Now, you've been instrumental in a very exciting new program series we have here at the library this fall called On the Road at the Novi Public Library. Can you tell us about it?
I'd be happy to. It kind of started out as just a conversation between myself and my friend Kathy Crawford, and we were talking about different things we could do and offer the community that we've never done before. And so this brainstorm came about where Kathy and I were trying to think of something that we could do that would be cultural, educational, enriching. We decided to add fun and delicious into that little pie, and came up with this idea to take some of our community, some of our patrons on the road to some exciting adventures. So that's what we've decided to do, and we are doing 2 of those this fall.
Well, super. Well, the first one you have planned is at Lansing, a day trip to Lansing, and that's October 4th. What do you have planned for that day trip?
Well, we're going to start out bright and early.
Okay, how early?
And we are starting out at 7:45.
That's quite early.
It is early. And we are going to be meeting at the Civic Center, so there'll be plenty of room for all of our cars and, of course, for our large motor coach that will be taking us on this adventure.
Very nice.
And our first one is to experience the Capitol, our capital here in Lansing, Michigan. We thought there's many of us who have not been to Lansing probably since high school.
Right.
And we have an in with our Honorable State Representative Hugh Crawford, and he is going to be our guide. So he will be taking us all through the state capitol. We will also go to the Senate. We will be part of sessions. So lots of things that you won't be able to do just as an ordinary citizen going into the Capitol. So that's going to be a great deal of our morning. Then we are going to get back on the bus and drive over to the English Inn, which is a phenomenal place here in our state. It is gorgeous gardens and a gorgeous mansion that used to be owned by the president of Oldsmobile. And so there's massive fireplaces and handcrafted woods and lots of antiques that the new owner, it's now privately owned, the new owner has kept. And it is gorgeous. So we will have an elegant lunch there and then have time to walk the gardens. We'll have a historic presentation of the inn and the grounds. So we can sit on the patio if we choose or walk all about. So hoping for a beautiful fall day on Thursday, October 4th.
Well, super. And then what time would you actually get back to Novi?
We expect to be back about 5 o'clock.
Okay, that is a full day, and it sounds very, very exciting, a nice mix of things. Now, of course, you can't just have one day trip. I know you have 2. So you also have planned a day in Detroit. That's November 2nd. Tell us a little about that one.
That one, we will also be leaving from the Civic Center, and that one's a little bit later, 8:15.
Okay.
So have some time for a cup of coffee in the morning. We are going to be going once again by this deluxe motor coach down to Detroit, and we're going to be stopping at the Detroit Institute of Art. We will have a docent talk first, and then we will be able to, for about an hour, walk around the exhibit. And it's a new exhibit that's at the DIA called the Fabergé exhibit.
Very nice.
So they've gotten great reviews on that. It's been in many places, and luckily the DIA was able to get it as well. So, so the docent tour, then an actual hour that you can walk around with the audio equipment if you'd like. When we're done with that, then we're hopping back on the bus and going to the Rattlesnake Club, which is right on the river.
Right.
Once again, because we needed to make sure that we got the fun and the delicious part in on that. So we will have a wonderful lunch right overlooking our Detroit River, and we will also have someone explaining to us about the property and all the information needed, or kind of people would be interested in about the riverfront and the hotel and what it was. I don't mean hotel, the restaurant.
And just the architecture in the region
Absolutely.
and everything else, right?
Right, exactly. And then when we get back on the bus, we're going to do a little Detroit architectural tour before we head back to Novi. And once again, hoping to be back about 5 o'clock.
Wow, 2 full days. That's a busy couple of days.
Yes.
Well, that sounds great. How do you register for these programs?
So all they need to do is call our administration office, and that is at 248-869-7204, and any one of us can answer questions. We've got lots of flyers around the library with full information, or call the administrative offices and anyone can help you. I'll be happy to answer any questions that anyone has. So we do have space, and hopefully people will call their friends and say, wow, what a great idea they're doing. And if there are any extra funds left over from all of these things that we will be doing, all proceeds will benefit the Novi Library's adult programming.
Well, that's great too. And I guess we should probably talk. There is a cost associated with the on-the-road trips, right?
There is. The Lansing trip is $71, and the DIA or Detroit trip is $73.
Right, and that covers round-trip transportation, like you said, on a deluxe motor coach, lunch, the door prizes, the admission fees, pretty much everything.
Everything.
Just people need to show up and have a good time and let the driving
wear
be taken care
comfortable
of.
shoes, because we'll be rolling and rocking all day.
Sounds great. Well, it sounds like a really fun way to spend a day. And is there anything else we might have missed? Anything else you wanted to cover today?
I don't think so. I just hope lots of people will join us. We expect it to be lots of fun and very educational, and things that you might not do just on your own. So all the planning's been done by us, and all they need to do is come and join it with us.
Sounds great. Thank
Great.
you so much,
Thank
Margie.
you.
Now please stay tuned as we talk about how your library card is the best school supply of them all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, it wasn't supposed to rain today. Should have been the perfect day to bike in Novi.
Say there, you look like a safe biker with your helmet on.
I am! And I follow other rules of the road too. I signal when I'm turning left. Or right. Sometimes I signal right like this. And when I'm slowing or stopping, I signal like this. I ride in the center lane when I ride on the road, unless I can't keep up with traffic. Then I ride on the right side of the road. Of course, I use trails whenever I can. There's lots of bike trails here in Novi. You know, cyclists have the same rights and responsibilities on the road as motorists, like yourself.
Well, it sounds like you've got biking in Novi pretty figured out. How can I help?
Well, look out for cyclists like me when you're driving. And don't honk at us. That can make us swerve into traffic.
All right, be safe out there.
Thanks, you too. That was a weird dream. I'm gonna look up more bike safety at cityofnovi.org.
Welcome back to the fall 2012 edition of Beyond Books, and welcome to Suzanne Carpenter, our NPL collection specialist. Welcome, Suzanne.
Thanks, Laura.
Well, with the new school year beginning, students and parents alike are beginning to look for tools to help them with reading, studying, and testing, and I know we got some great tools, especially some online tools. Can you tell us a little bit about those?
Yeah, we've got a lot of great online tools for kids and adults to use all throughout the library. Everything can be accessed at the library, and a lot of the tools are available either to use at home or at the office. All you need is your library card number to access them remotely. We've got different ones from history, automotive repair, stuff about books and literature, tests taking, just general resources. We've got a lot available for all different interests.
Scary enough, I was actually going and counting. There's over 80 different online resources
80,
available online. So, I mean, it really is a great service and free, too.
It is, it is.
Well, I mean, specifically, could you describe some of these online tools that students might find especially helpful?
Yeah, one we've got for students that is really great is called Help Now, and it's powered by BrainFuse, and it's basically kind of like an online tutoring service where they have expert tutors that are available for the kids to ask even specific questions. They can go in there, they can type in a specific math problem they have, and the tutors will walk them through how to figure it out and how to get the right answer. And that's available every day after school from like 2 p.m. to 11 p.m., 7 days a week. So it's a great way if your kids are stuck on homework and you have no idea where to start, it's definitely a good place to plug into and to get some help. And we also have a great database called Learning Express Library. And that one has a lot of test preparation, so you can get some test questions for the ACT, the SAT, the GRE, a lot of good resources. I know a lot of kids are getting ready for those tests this year, and so that's a great way to get some practice for free online. And we do have a great one for younger kids, Tumble Books and Tumble Readables. Tumble Books are picture books that kind of, basically it's kind of like a cool ebook. You get the book and they read you the book and read you the story at the same time. And the Readables, Tumble Readables, is a new feature that has books that are chapter books. So they're for a little bit older kids, but it has that still audio and visual component to it that's really fun for kids to enjoy.
Oh, that's great. Well, another popular resource available from the library or from even a home computer is free downloadable books and music. So can you tell us a little bit about Download Destination and Freegal?
Sure. Yeah, the Download Destination is the ebook database, and it's been really popular for us, especially this last year as more people are getting the ebook devices. And it's pretty easy to use. You just can get to it through the novilibrary.org homepage. Click the ebooks link and it'll take you to Download Destinations. You can check out material there. Typically ebooks check out for a week to 2 weeks. You just check it out with your library card and your PIN number, and you download it right to your device and you can read it. There's no late fees because after that time it just kind of won't open. It doesn't charge you anything, so it's a great way to check out new material and to get some stuff on the go if you're going on vacation or wherever you're going. And Freegal is something that I've really been enjoying too. It's a great service where I have access to all of Sony's catalog, and you can download 3 songs a week with your library card. So it's really literally free music, free legal music that you can download, and it's yours to have for forever. So that's a great resource too.
Absolutely. Now, in addition to these resources, there's also programs at the library that will help make school year, I guess, more successful. Can you tell us about some of those programs?
Yeah, we've got a lot. We've noticed that especially for the older kids, a lot of college prep stuff is what they're interested in. So we've got quite a bit of that coming up. In September, we've got a family approach to college preparation. In October, we've got some study skills workshops, one's for like 4th to 8th grade and one for the older kids.
Excellent.
And we've got scholarship writing in November, how to get that scholarship money. And then also we've got great language conversation groups that have started this year. So if even adults, if kids, if teens are interested in learning a language or just having more conversation in different languages, we've got Spanish, Mandarin, and German conversation groups. And then, as always, we've got great story times at the library for the little ones to get into reading and to expand kind of their horizons and what they're exposed to. So we're glad to offer those too.
Super. And another program probably worth mentioning is the Teen Advisory Board, or TAB. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, the TAB is a really great program for the teens, a great way for teens to have input into the library. It's for any teen that's in grades 9 to 12. We meet every other month, and they kind of we get their ideas for what they'd like to see at the library, and we try to do programs around that, and just we genuinely want to hear what they want to do in the library, so it's a great place to do that. And we do offer volunteer hours for the time that they come to the meeting.
Too.
Yeah.
Well, super. Now, also at the library, there's free access to PCs, software, the internet, and that's also a great value for students. How does that work?
Yeah, they're welcome to use the computers. To access the computers here at the library, they do need their library card number and their PIN number. If they don't carry it with them, we recommend they put it in their phone, so at least they have the card number with them so they can get on the computer. If they don't have their card, we do give them a pass for the day, but it costs $1 to get the pass.
Okay. Now also too, in addition to the resources we discussed, there's some really great features right here at the library, you know, like the Teen Stop, the group study rooms, and so much more. But I understand there's also been talk of creating a separate teen space here at the library. Can you tell us that?
Yeah, we're really excited about this. Some of the feedback we've gotten this summer from some of the focus groups we've done is that there are so many kids that are after the high school is over, they come over here after school and want to enjoy the space, and there's just a lot of teens, and so we wanted to kind of work with them and create a space here that they could enjoy and be together, but maybe but wouldn't overwhelm the library. So we worked together with the City of Novi, the Parks and Rec Department, the Novi Youth Assistants, and the Novi Schools, and we're going to partner together and kind of create a space for the teens that will be in the meeting room, and they'll be able to, from 2 to 5, starting in October, have some space to kind of be there. Still library rules apply, but just more space for them to be together if they want to study, if they want to work, if they want to talk. It'll be a good place for them to kind of be together, but a little more. We just run out of space here when they come after school,
so they have some guaranteed space just for themselves.
Exactly.
That's great. Well, additionally, there was an update to the library's unattended child policy. Can you give us a review of those changes and how that might impact students?
Sure. I'll give you kind of the basics. If you want the full policy, it's best to check it online. But basically, if you're a parent or caregiver and your child's under 7, you need to be in visual contact with your child while they're here at the library. If your children are between 7 and 11, you need to be in the building, but you don't need to be necessarily right near them. And then if they're 12 or older, they can be left on their own in the library, assuming that they can adhere to all the policies and rules of conduct that we have here. And they can't be here unattended for over 2 hours, and they need to be picked up 10 minutes before we close.
Okay, and all that makes sense. But to kind of summarize what we talked about these great tools, programs, and features here at the library or through the library website, and all they really need is a library card to use them, and to use them for free. I guess we never talked about, how do you get a library card?
Yeah, that's a great question. If they're under 18, they do need to come with a parent to get the library card, and the parent will have to show like a photo ID and proof of residency in Novi. So if their license has a Novi address on it, that's perfect. If it doesn't have a Novi address on it, they just need like a utility bill or something that has their name and the Novi address, and the adult can get a library card, and the child could get a library card.
Oh, super. Well, thanks, Suzanne, so much for sharing all this information on the value of the library card and great resources for students. Really, the NPL is a great place for students of all ages.
It really is.
Thank you. And thanks to our previous guests, Margie Karp-Operer and Julie Farkas. And I just want to remind everyone, to find out more about anything we discussed today, check out our website. That's www.novilibrary.org, or give us a call, 248-349-0720, or just stop by and check out the resources, the services, and the programs for yourself, and just see what the Novi Public Library has to offer beyond books. Thank you.
it.